Hey guys, welcome to episode 5 of our Dicey Solutions Into the Wastes of Cyre miniseries. Um, DM Jangi, you got an announcement that you want to check out first?
Yes, Jim. um, you're gonna have to edit this part. I'm
Why?
still thinking
It's
about
all
you.
good. It's all good.
Yes, and so thank you so much, Rick. I really appreciate that opportunity. So I'm really excited to announce that we are about to release the second edition of the Dungeon Monthly magazine. That is the free once a month magazine, all featuring community content, all themed for your adventures. March's theme is going to be St. Patrick's Day. All things green and gold and clovers and luck, good luck and bad luck. And so take a look for that. The free download, of course, is going to be available on my Patreon, and then you can get the purchase copy on my Etsy, which you can check that out. It's the Dungeon Monthly magazine, or you can find it online at dungeonmonthly.card.co, and that's card with two R's.
Card with 2 R's. Cool,
Yeah, we'll be releasing March 1st for the second edition.
That's really cool. It's just, getting to see how good the first one was as well. I mean, I know
Yeah.
I'm pretty excited. So
Great. We got maps. We got freaking. We got NPCs. Freaking 3 or 4 different kinds of leprechauns. Man, so cool.
yeah, awesome. So other announcements. Dicey Solutions donated a $50 Dwarven Forge gift certificate to Nerd Borchery, which they're going to give away at some point soon. So check out their live stream. Nerd Borchery is it's run by Tony Sloan, and he's a great DM. And they use all fully painted Dwarven Forge scenery and miniatures, and the whole community over there is really cool. So really happy that we could do that. We ourselves are, I think, next week going to do a giveaway. We're going to do it's a color ed scenery box, which is sewer terrains set. So you don't even need to paint it. You just kind of like put them all together, and you've got some really cool sewer terrain stuff. So we'll give that away next week. So we'll basically do the giveaway on the YouTube premiere. So yeah, next
You're
week.
saying I should keep my mind in the gutter.
You should definitely keep your mind in the gutter, where we all live, apparently. All of us. So yeah, color ed scenery terrain giveaway next week. Keep an eye out for the Dwarven Forge Nerd Borchery gift certificate giveaway. Our returning sponsor, Warrior Prince 3D, is still in constant contact with us, so that's good. And they're keeping open the 10% discount code off their Etsy store, Warrior Prince 3D, and the discount code is Dicey Solutions 10. I'm like, they're so good. Like, their print quality is hands down the best that I've seen. He told me off because I think I said a couple of weeks ago it comes primed, and he was like, no, don't say it's primed. It's not primed. I was like, oh, sorry. So it's not primed, but it's really good quality. And to be honest, I don't know what they do to the sheen. I'm not a 3D printer, you know, but yeah, his stuff's really cool. And the last shout out is Grimm's Forge, the scenery and terrain builder. Like, I just really like their stuff, so that's really why I keep talking about their stuff. Like they, you know, we have some of their terrain stuff, and I just think it's so good that they deserve a shout out. So, with that, if everyone is sitting comfortably, let's dive in to this week's Dicey Solution. we left off, you guys had left the cityscape where you first came into Cyre. And then we're met by Zook and his exit strategy. This floating sailboat that he had been working on whilst scavenging and exploring the ruins by himself came out of the mists. This contraption, like patchworked all back together with sails. You boarded and left that ominous cityscape behind you, going into seemingly much greener pastures, quite literally. Ellerid at the helm, navigating from a book and a map that you found in the first transport depot, trying to navigate yourself and orient towards the destination of the second transport circle that Phoenix had suggested that you make online again for his own purposes. Upon drifting, Vagesh, you took it upon yourself that, you know what? An air elemental would be able to do this much better for us. Conjured it. And it sped up the exit strategy to 4 times the speed, and you managed to cover a large amount of distance in just that 1 hour.
Don't
as
spit
a note,
into anybody.
Wear the goggles.
And as a note, your the goblet doesn't shatter. The spell doesn't consume the goblet. Just so that you know. You can just cast that using the goblet. You just have to have one.
Perfect.
And so, coming to literally a fork in the river, you all decided to go the slightly easier route, seeing as though you'd made up so much time. You came up to a lumber mill, or a small outcrop of what looks like a small town, like nestled in the crook of a wooded area that runs alongside this river that you're following. And your curiosity, wanting to know a little bit more about Cyre, and you debarked. Debus left, as they say.
Debus.
I hope the bus didn't leave.
The bus left. Okay, Jim.
And you started making your way to the back of this town outcroppings, in which there was this weird shimmering bubble obscuring your vision. Casting a little bit of detect magic, Vagesh, the house to your right, pinged all of the corners of it, seemingly ensorcelled by some sort of abjuration magic. And in front of you, seeing that this was an illusionary bubble cast over something to obscure your vision, Ellerid, you dispelled it. And with that 20, burst the bubble. Pop. And
Yay.
what it revealed was a small green dragon huddled down, looking up, protecting an iridescent egg behind it. This green dragon with more antler and leaves coming off it than you would expect any dragon should have. And above it, this large, shadowy dragon, dripping shadows off with each beat of its wings. This smoke plume coming down to the ground and cascading. The green dragon looked up and went, "Go back to your ruins! Why are you here? Leave me alone!" And the big shadowy dragon above More. I need more. But first, it seems we have guests. And it turned and looks its gaze directly at you. And it settles on the top of what seems this yellow thatched lumber mill with an open plan underneath it. The green dragon looks to you. People! Oh my! Oh no! And it kind of backs up closer, and with its tail kind of pushes the egg a little bit further back into this crook of this small rocky outcliff that it seems to have maybe nested in. This black dragon lands on top of this lumber mill. Boom. One of its legs comes down, and another, and the whole thing kind of creaks under its weight. It's looking straight at you. I would like you all to make a charisma save for me.
Oh dear.
Took the words out of my mouth. Oh dear.
Nat 20, 23.
12.
17, thank God for a good roll.
Okay, with that, for Gesh, something kind of, it's almost like the presence of this dragon. Like, there's this kind of like, your heart twitches just this kind of like, it beats like once. And you could tell that if you hadn't caught yourself with the steel of your own self, then maybe it might have beat or been more uncontrolled. Ellerid, you feel the same, this almost kind of like a wave of emotion, this kind of negative emotion like creep over you, and you're like, you hold yourself. But Zook, you're like, oh, and your heart seems to kind of thump in your chest for a second, and then it seems like this whole situation is completely useless, and
Steady
you are
yourselves, friends! It seems the beast is trying to affect us with his dragon sphere!
DM question.
yes,
Do I still have Twilight Sanctuary up?
yes, Twilight Sanctuary is up. You cast it just
Anyone-
before coming in, didn't you? Yep.
If I could be cheeky and say I let the magic go now.
Okay, so with that, Ellerid, do you want to describe how your Twilight Sanctuary takes effect?
So there had been, when I got the idea, there had been this kind of strange light around us in preparation for something that might come ahead. And as we walked around, as soon as I felt this kind of feeling of my mind trying to be overtaken, I pulsed my power out into it, and then the dim light ripples underneath everyone and moves up as it takes effect, and anyone within it, which is a 30-foot radius, you already have your temporary hit points of 10, hopefully, but it ends one effect if anyone is charmed or frightened.
Right now, Zook is currently malaised, which is a charm effect. Which Zook, as soon as Ellerid pulses this like wave of like dim twilight around you, it seems like with the pulse and the wave, the actual feeling moves from one side of your body to the other, and then as it comes out, you see this. It's almost like your shadow there's a shadow that's cast by Ellerid's twilight, and this like entity almost kind of comes, it, like barely taking shape, and then trails off and dissipates, as though something was trying to take hold and has now been just cast out.
Ew. Thank you. Hello.
Be close.
Ew.
The dragon, like, it's almost like its brow furrows as soon as you do that, and goes, "Ah, fine. You do not want to feed me. Then..." Its wings outstretches, and as its wings outstretch, it kind of shoots this shadow, and seemingly the whole area that you're standing in turns this dark twilight too, and the sky suddenly goes so dark and grey, and there's no longer any colour in here. It's almost like everything is black and white. And then it looks back. And takes off from the top of this lumber mill. And it's flapping its wings.
The structural integrity of that building was not sufficient to support that kind of weight. And I'd like to retort to your offensive actions towards me and lightning bolt you. Thank you very much. How dare you! How rude! And the Tesla coil pops up, and I would like to lightning bolt this horrible thing. It should not be attacking me like that.
And a lightning bolt is it a dex save?
Save, please.
With a natural 20.
Oh.
The charging capacity, like, just it banks out of the way. Is it half damage on a success?
Yeah, it's half damage on a success.
Yay.
So it's only going to take 12 points of lightning damage. I rolled a lot of ones there.
Okay, well with that, guys, I think we should roll some initiative, don't you?
Okay.
Can I use... Maybe I can expend my inspiration. As soon as I see Zook, charging up his coil, I get a little tingly, of course, and I'm... Oh no, lightning... Shall it be lightning, then? Shall we unleash the forces of chaos? And I just want to let out my breath weapon as well. Wait, how far away is it? Can I tell that distance from where I am?
Yeah. You would suggest... The guy is maybe... Well, the dragon... Maybe about 100 feet away.
Oh, fuck me. Never mind.
He's in range.
The lightning cracks on my mouth and on my lips, and then I bite down on it really hard. And I swallow it back. That's spicy. Yeah, it's too far for me to reach my lightning breath, so I'll leave that.
Okay.
Son bitch. Okay, roll initiative, he said.
Yes, please.
20.
Nice!
Wow.
Okay.
17.
17.
So with that...
It's quick today.
It's very true. The young gloom dragon... Sorry, I didn't mean to say what it was.
Oh.
The dragon rolled a nat 20 for its initiative. That is 2 natural 20s that I just rolled for it in a row. What? But maybe that's all of them out of the way for you guys. Let's
right.
just kind of like hope that, shall we?
Let's have them on those things rather than say attack rolls or damage. Yeah, let's get them out of the way now.
Okay, so with that, we are going to jump into our battle map. So I'm just going to pause it for a second, and then you guys will see, like, action cam and battle cam. Good stuff. Here you can see this big black dragon looking shadowy creature, like all the way up here. Over here is the smaller green looking dragon with antlers protecting what is essentially an egg just behind it that you can see. Vagesh, this is the house that is currently just pinging with abjuration magic. Something is drawing you to that completely. And this dragon has an initiative of 21. What's it going to do? Okay, it is going to, seeing as though that you just threw a lightning bolt at it, it is going to come and land here in this middle. And it is going to make a...
Oh. Hey, Ari, here we come.
Duck and cover.
Let's...
Oh no, fuck me, fuck.
Okay, that will catch all three of you. Well, all of you. Can you all make another charisma saving throw for me, please?
Oh, why charisma?
Yeah. He's looked at our sheets.
Ooh, an 18.
17
5.
again.
5. Okay.
Let's go to for what am I allowed to spend my inspiration on? Just start rule as written, like
Literally,
a
well,
D20
no,
roll?
anything. You could use it right now if you wanted.
I know I'm considering it, but I don't want to.
I mean, I
No,
don't
you
want to
still
say
have my
that you
sanctuary.
should.
Oh yes, no sanctuary.
So I'm not saying that you should, but I'm just.
No. I'm just curious. Gracias, mi amigo.
Okay, so are you using your inspiration?
No, I'm gonna save my inspiration.
You're going to save your inspiration. Ellerid,
am.
what did you roll?
17.
17 is a success. Zook, you succeed.
18.
Success. Also, Vagesh, can you make a saving throw for your familiar just behind you as well, please?
You'd be nice to Flicky. 15.
15 is a success.
Doing familiar saving throws. Who knew you were
no.
so evil?
Do you know
He said
what?
it's gonna
I
be
don't-
hard. Remember, he said it was gonna.
No one does that though. That's just cruel.
I don't have enough. I don't have enough d6s in this little tray.
That's the last
Here we
thing
go.
I hear your DM say. I don't have enough dice to roll right now.
Vagesh, take.
Yeah. No one is ever watching you DM ever again. I swear to God.
No, Vergesh
Best
takes
be
nothing.
careful.
Vergesh, don't take nothing. Vergesh, don't take it.
Vagesh gains the malaised condition and takes 40 necrotic damage.
Is necrotic? Is it elemental damage though?
No, unfortunately not.
Okay, 40 necrotic damage.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm down. My 10 is 0. Okay, so damage 40. And then that's gonna be 10. And then minus the carry the 1. Yeah, okay.
Okay, and you are malaised.
But am I protected from the malaisement under the sanctuary?
No, it ends one. I think it ends one per turn, maybe. I'll have to double check that, Ellerid.
Oh, well,
Whenever
shit.
a creature, including you, ends its turn in the sphere, I can grant it either temporary hit points or end a condition on it.
Nice.
Oh, I see. So when
Okay.
I end my turn...
Yep, you either get some more temporary hit points or you get to remove that condition.
Okay, but I'm confused right now.
No, you're just basically this malaised condition. Is almost like this sadness seeps into your heart, almost the hopelessness of the situation in front of you.
What does it do from a technical angle?
Yeah, what particular effects is this going to have?
Malaised will give you a disadvantage on your very next roll, and then it goes away.
Oh, okay. So really not as bad as that 40 necrotic damage.
Of the Sorrow Fire breath weapon. Okay.
Oh, fire! But hold on a minute. Give me some elemental damage to negate, please.
Well, that's the end of its go.
Fuck you, it's about to be my turn. Fuck you, dragon.
Sorry, is that just him then? If we save, do we not take any damage?
That you do not take any damage whatsoever, yeah.
Oh,
May I ask,
Nice.
what kind of bullshit?
DM question,
By all
the
means.
AoE spell,
Yep.
because I can be vertical as well as horizontal, how would that affect it? Is it a
If you were flying
spherical
high,
cone?
it's a cone. Yeah, it's a cone.
Okay, fuck you, monster.
And what's the size of it?
It's a 40-foot cone.
Okay, so that makes no difference if I want to stay within 30 feet of everyone. Good to know. Cool.
And with its beating wings as it lets out this kind of... The shadows that come out of this breath weapon kind of like blast you all, and Ellerid and Zook, you hold up your hands almost like just in... Oh my god, this is like smoke and shadows, and there's almost like figures in this sorrow fire that's coming towards you. And when you steel yourself and nothing happens, you look over to Fagesh, who's just...
Oh god!
He's...
Oh, get it off of me!
Yes. Okay. Vagesh, you're up next.
After my initial panic attack, I just feel this wave of misery wash over me, while also seeing this wave of necrotic. It's almost it feels hot and sticky, like I'm being covered in this tar, like this straight evil viscous. Oh, and I'm trying to get it off of me, and I can feel it burning into my scales. I can feel the noxious fumes filling my lung. Oh, friends, find cover! This is the vilest of secretions. Oh. And I'm flinging it. I do that thing like a dog, and I try to shake it. Everybody duck and cover as this stuff just goes flying. Grassy does the same thing. Grassy does, even though he didn't get covered, and neither did Flicky. Flicky kind of like dove into my robes. Grassy kind of hid behind me, and they come out and they do the same thing. Oh, you foul creature! Taste my wrath! And I, as a bonus action, I'm going to use my gem flight, and I'm gonna, get the fuck out of here.
Okay, bonus action. Your wings, like energy crackles through them. How far do you wanna? How far do you wanna lift?
I'm gonna go up 30 feet, my full speed, but I think we established that'll keep me within the realm to end my malaised effect. Oh wait, it doesn't matter because I'm Mr. Malaise. So in that case, full 30 feet up and back, so diagonally, when
are you going to use Pythagoras' theorem in the real world? Right now, ladies and gentlemen.
I just saw that meme the other day too. And I was like, wait, but then the angle of this, and then the shadow is this low. Okay, and then I'm going to. Oh man, I'm going to transmute. Okay, can you do? What is the surface that this dragon is standing on? It looks like stone almost, grassy. Is it? Would you describe it as more stone or more mud?
It's grass.
Grass.
Grass and mud. There are some kind of large stones and pebbles that have been cast down as a walk pathway up to this lumber mill that people would use to go up and down. Yeah. Cool.
Interesting.
Cool.
But not okay. Yeah. Damn you! So it has to be such a specific spell. In that case, I'm going to just go with a good old fireball.
Nice.
Can't go wrong with a fireball. Cast at. Oh, let's
see. Your blast radius calculations.
Yeah. No flashbacks. I'm gonna cast that at 4th level. Let's see. So that'll be 96 and a dex save.
Nice. Okay, so dex save on this fireball gets a total of 6 whole points. It fails its save.
Fail, sir. Full 37 points. Hold on. Fuck you, dragon. Oh, son of a bitch. I wanna change the elemental damage type though. I wanna make sure I'm doing it accordingly. Okay, yep. Yeah. So I would like to change the fire damage to lightning damage.
Cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, by all means.
So as Vergeshi, oh wait, we're not doing third person. You foul creature, taste my wrath! And I manifest my spectral wings, and the air is kicked up, the dust is kicked up. I guess maybe it isn't. Maybe it, is my spectral. Do they create like an air effect? Actually, I think we established that. It did?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so it kicks up the air, the dust, and I pull myself up and away from the dragon as I lift up, and then I take my staff, and I look down at my spell book and I spin my staff in the air, and you can hear me, kind of, and I point the staff down at the dragon on the ground, and like a shotgun blast kind of effect with the staff as the magic discharges from the staff. You can see me almost pushed back by it as a ball of lightning just explodes in a blinding flash of light into the center of the dragon's mass. You smell the osmosis and hear the crackling and the whole lightning explosion effect thing, thunder.
And with it, and as it hits, the dragon recoils in pain as well, and lets out this awful wail as all of this lightning courses through it, and it seems to almost go like X-ray for a second, and you can see its bone structure and its wings. Okay, so that was your bonus action. That was your action.
My main turn. Yeah, I think.
And your movement.
I'm trying to like give me something else. Like can I bite this guy? Grassy, sick him! I send Grassy to attack, and Grassy's just gonna spectrally float her. He can't do nothing. Grassy is definitely gonna move his full 60 feet to go towards the dragon as well. So
to there?
Grassy.
Just here.
Sorry. Yeah. He's gonna be there, and then you know what? and then Flicky is gonna take off before I manifest my wings, or as before I take off. Flicky is gonna go towards the magic house. So I got Flicky on the periphery, and I got Grassy over there with the dragon.
Gotcha.
And then that'll conclude my turn.
So Flicky can make it to, say, here?
Roger, Roger.
Okay.
Looks good.
So with that, it's this green dragon's go next.
I suppose.
It, let me just roll a wisdom save for it. No, it is malaised.
Oh no.
So all of this time, it seems like it's really affected by the shadow dragon, and it's there. It kind of lays its head on the floor, and it's just like whimpering, like, "No, no." Ellerid, you're up next.
Okay. So Ellerid's looking around at the green dragon, and she's automatically got her kind of mama bear, protect the innocent, protect the nature beings feelings coming over her. And she knows she needs to stay close to everyone, but she's getting kind of twitchy, like, oh, I need to go and do something. So for this round, she's gonna stay with you guys, so she needs to end that malaise, right? Is that right, DM? I need to be within 30 feet of Vagesh?
That was gonna ask that too. So I didn't make any rolls, but does that mean that the effect stays on me until I make my next roll, or it ends after this turn?
Sorry, I was muted.
Good.
Malaised ends after you make your next actual roll, so it sticks with you.
Okay.
Okay, so I want to stay within 30 feet for this turn.
Does it end? My turn is ended though. Will it end? Will that effect end on my end of that turn?
Do you want to? If
I'm in the zone still.
If you
right?
don't move, let's say if you don't move, and I'll let you do this. If you don't move the full 30 foot back, you can easily be within.
We're going to be like 29 and a half feet, or what are we talking?
We need
so
to stay
if you're
in the
just
Twilight
here,
Zone.
Yeah,
you
need to stay in the Twilight Zone, basically.
I'm in the very edge of the Twilight Zone.
Yeah. Okay. So with that, Ellerid, do you get to choose whether he gets temporary hit points or ends a condition?
Well, I will end the. Well, it's up to him. What he wants to do.
It's up to you, Mistress Elrid. I look down at you knowingly. I give you that nod. Kind of look down from where I am up above, and you look up at me and Vagesh, and I just give you the nod and just let your intuition.
I'm more worried about his hit points at the moment because I know that his magic's powerful without his attack rolls.
Very well.
So that would be my choice. So I need to stay. I can't move. Basically, is that what it is, DM?
Yeah, you could move. You could move back a little, but
I can only move back, but I can't go forward.
Yeah, he's just on the cusp. But I mean,
Okay.
You've ended his condition. It can be up to him to move up to you on his next.
But it ends on his turn.
Yeah, so his turn's gone. Now it's your turn.
I don't want to put him in danger. So I'm going to wait until that's ended before I go forward then, in that case.
Okay.
I'm going to play it safe. So by playing it safe, I'm going to take out the arrow that I already said last session on my long rest I was busy poisoning. And I'm going to take a crossbow shot at the dragon.
Ooh.
Do you know what I'm going to do first, though? Because I want advantage on it. I'm going to do a freaking guiding bolt. Yeah. Let's guiding bolt.
Bear in mind you can't guiding bolt and crossbow bolt in the same turn because they're both actions. Cool.
That's why I'm doing guiding bolt first, and then if I've still got the advantage up on the dragon, I'll get it next turn.
100%
Otherwise, someone
makes
else
sense.
can have it.
Yes,
It
yes,
does make
yes.
sense.
Cool.
Okay, so it's just going to be a first level guiding bolt because I get them for free. But thematically, I think it would be cooler if I do my bonus action first, which means that I'm going to go into the shape of an archer and look a bit crazy for a second because I have no crossbow. And then suddenly stars are going to twinkle all over me in the constellation of an archer. That's my bonus action starry form. And that is set up. So now I am Star Elf. I wish to guiding bolt this mofo. It's a level 1 because I get them for free because I'm magically special. And that will be a 28 to hit.
This guiding bolt hits with unerring accuracy.
Awesome. I'm not scared of it yet. So 13 damage.
Okay.
That's me done.
Well, if you say, you also get to make a shot as soon as you enter into Archer, Starry Form Archer.
Oh, I do.
So.
You're right. Thank you.
But
for reminding
that was
me.
before Guiding Bolt, so you don't get advantage on it.
Forget that. No, that's good because I wouldn't have wanted to waste it.
No.
23.
23 hits.
Oh yeah, it does. Come on, baby. My D&D Beyond is too excited. Calm down. 7 damage.
Okay. Nice round, everyone.
Yeah.
Okay. And so you're not moving because you want to stay within range for Vagesh and Zook and everybody? Okay.
Yeah. I'm liking the fact that it's a gloomy, dark light thing.
All
so
around you as well.
I've switched off my twilight mode and I've just brightly lit up. I'm like, screw you! You're the evil of the dark that I'm here to protect people from.
That is definitely what this creature is.
Yeah.
Zook, you're up next. And just to let you know, that the Gloom Dragon's going next.
He's on deck.
The Gloom Dragon is on deck.
Okie dokie. How far away does the spooky, creepy dragon that we're fighting look from us?
It is about 30 foot away from you.
Oh, okie dokie then. Just changed my original plan, but that's fine. So I'm going to... Sorry, I wasn't quite sure, so I was waiting to see. So yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to... Again, I'm going to move towards the Gloom Dragon. Is it the Gloom Dragon?
It is a Gloom Dragon, yes. I gave that away, and I definitely shouldn't have done. But
Sorry.
Yes, it's okay.
Yeah, because I want to kind of act as a bit of a metal shield for the rest of the party, because I'm a little bit heavier than they are, even though I'm the smallest person here. So yeah, so I was going to sort of like stomp my way forward, and as I do, the prisms on my shoulders start to spin around. There are now 4 of me stomping my way forward towards him.
Okay, yeah, cool.
And I can, if he's about 30 feet, I can get to melee range with him, but I cannot hit him this turn. Because I don't have another action.
We're getting prepared.
So
So
he's basically 30 feet away from you, and yep, you cast that. Okay, cool. So you've got three mirror images, don't you?
3 mirror images of the Zuka, going sort of all like these fists are all crackling, the crystals up his left sleeve are all sort of started glowing nicely, but there are 4 of Zook stomping towards this dragon.
So with that, I'm going to use this dice to indicate how many
Zooks there are extra.
Yeah, how many Zooks there are extra. So currently you've got 3. Okay. So did you want to be there, or did you want to go right up to him?
I want to get right up to him and need to be in punching range.
There you go. Okay, cool. You are definitely within punching range.
You. Just wait, I'm coming.
Throw melees at my friends, will ya?
Okay, so next turn. this shadowy dragon, looking at itself like half burnt, and holes have appeared in its wings. And it looks over at Vagesh. It seems to have this glimmer in its eyes.
No, sir. No, sir.
Okay. So it's going to use
No, sir.
Miasma of Misery. Can everybody make a charisma saving throw for me, please? You're all within range, yes.
He said, yes, fuck you all. Yes. Yes. I did say all of you, fuck you.
I got a 10.
Oh my god, I have 19 tabs open. Where's my okay, what was it, charisma?
Charisma. Ellerid, you are
Right.
malazed.
God, why you do this to me?
So what's that, a disadvantage on my next attack roll?
It is, yes.
16!
16 is a success.
19.
Yay.
19's a success.
It's my worst save. Charisma stuff. It's not my thing.
Flicky is out of the aura.
Damn straight, Flicky. What's up? Run
and
away.
For the dragon behind,
Yeah.
natural 20 gets. So the green dragon doesn't get malazed this turn. So that was Miasma of Misery. Next up, the Gloom Dragon is going to use Eyes of Sorrow as its bonus action. It is going to, with that glint in its eye, Vagesh, and that kind of smile, targets the malazed creature.
Which I guess I'm still technically I still qualify as a last creature.
Oh, wait. Oh, it's just no. Sorry. Let's because it's only 20 foot, so it is going to try and maneuver around to here to get to within targeting distance of Ellerid.
I would like to take this opportunity to smack it with my fist.
It's not actually leaving your engagement range.
Damn
it's
it.
just kind of dancing around.
Damn it!
Like just skirting
Wild
the
swing and a
edge.
miss.
But
Swing and a
Ellerid,
miss.
it's going to use Eyes of Sorrow, bonus action. Targets a malaise creature within 20 feet. Can you make a charisma saving throw for me, please?
Come on.
I'd like to remind you that the square of the hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the square of the other two sides, and give yourself +3 to that save
Oh,
with a flash of genius.
wait, is this me or Vagesh?
Ellerid.
Oh, it's me. I'm so sorry.
No,
I
no,
got
that's mine.
confused, 'cause
I was
didn't take the
confusing.
charm off. I didn't take the charm off Vagesh, so I thought it was him. So what am I doing?
Charisma saving throw for me, please.
And have +3 to it.
Yay. I'm so for
5
wasting
again.
a +3.
It's okay.
That'll be 8.
Okay. 8 is a fail.
Elle spends a lot of time alone. She doesn't really need charisma.
So with these,
Bye, guy.
She said, it says the 8. She's like, I don't need charisma.
Talking to people? No, we do talk to ourselves.
No.
or the
Not the
horses.
social skills.
The horses are our friends. Ellerid, it uses its Eyes of Sorrow, so as it kind of moves around Zook, it then pulls its head towards you, and its eyes seem to bear into your soul, and for a moment you like, oh! You feel like it can see all of your pain, and like it draws it up out of your chest, and it's almost like you can feel something moving inside you as well. Can you please take 12 psychic damage, and then that thus ends the malazed condition for its bonus action. So you are no longer malazed.
Okay.
Um,
Temporary hit points for the win.
and moving around there, it is then going to... makes 3 attacks, 2 with its claws, 1 with its bite. And if it is grounded, which it is, No. Okay. 2 with its claws. Zook. With its tail, with its claws. Massive talons.
That's not bigger.
Gets a 23 to hit.
Okie dokie, let's just see if it hits me. Or not. Oh, I'm afraid that's not the real Zook you're looking for. That's just an illusionally programmed Zook. If you'd like to remove one of the Zooks from the board, this is the only Zook. And 2 more Zooks to pick.
Vroom. So yeah, not knowing which one it is, like it slashes through, and one of the Zooks kind of pshing, like shatters into little pieces, and then like flickers away as the holographic projection disappears. It's going to make its second claw attack on Zook. Misses.
Not the Zook you're looking for.
And do you only roll if it
Only if it hits me.
Only if
I
it
then
hits
roll
you.
to see if
That's
it
what it
hits
was.
me or one of the other Zooks.
Okay. Now it is moved. Okay, so it is going to, frustrated at the fact that there's just these dancing lights, it is going to pull away from your engagement range. You get to make an attack of opportunity.
I would like to take this opportunity to attack it.
And it is going to move into melee combat with Ellerid.
Yeah.
Does
Come
a
up here.
24 hit the dragon?
24 definitely hits the dragon.
Woo!
Excellent. So I'm going to punch it with my gauntlets of thunder, and it will take 6 points of thunder damage. And, this is my favorite bit about these, it's at disadvantage on its next attack roll because my armor emits an annoying pulse that distracts it. And basically just going, nee, 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 over here, over here.
Okay.
I love it.
So it seems like it was it seemed really confident. You it seems like you've bloodied this dragon, like you've caused it a lot of pain. But on this instance, Zook, you're almost sure that it wanted you to hit it, and with that, it smiles with the pain. And now that it's below 50% hit points, it may summon 1d4 shadows on someone that is malaised.
Ew. Masochist dragon.
It's very gloomy, but okay, with that, it stares back up again at you, Vagesh. And with the tears of darkness, you can feel this pain, almost like all of the sadness that's gone on in your life seems to kind of churn around, and as it churns you get little flashes of memories, it's as though something is feeding on those, and as it moves in you, you can feel it exit and emerge from behind yourself. And the shadow variant has just emerged, manifested through Vagesh's pain, but the malaised condition is ended. And seeing as though no one else was malaised, it's just that one shadow.
Shadow Vagesh.
That was its reaction. So it has one attack, and it's its bite, but it's at disadvantage, if I do believe.
It is, yes.
Okay, so it goes for
Nice.
this twilight protector that it seems almost like fixated and angry at.
My natural enemy.
Okay, so it's a very good job that you have given it disadvantage, because that was a natural 20.
Power
And
of being the annoying one.
My hero.
the bite, 17.
What? missing.
With that, you manage to kind of like just shirt out. It seems like the punch, the punch that you gave it. Yeah, it bites, but it's a foot to your right, Ellerid, and you're like, what? It shakes its head, and again, as it kind of moves around, these like shadows are dripping all off of it. The dragon at the back, still not doing anything, is cowering. Also, it looks very hurt. Next up, Vagesh. And then Vagesh, then the shadow variant is up, and then Ellerid. Just so that you know.
Brilliant. Thank you.
So, feeling that, I feel this misery overtake me. I'm thinking about my clan. I'm thinking about being exiled from my family. I'm thinking about all the years I've spent, in almost, it seems, it can seem like meaningless pursuit of power. And so all this anguish and this sadness and this regret starts washing over me, and I can feel it, and then, oh God, like chest busters, but from the back, I feel this thing just rip out of me. Oh, by the gods! And I turn and I look and I see this nasty black freaking creature. Does it have spectral wings as well? It's like a complete copy of facsimile of me. You're muted, I think, sir.
Still muted.
Rick, I can't hear you.
No, it's not a copy of you. It is its own entity. It is this like shadowy, ghastly thing that is behind you that seems like an embodiment of your pain rather than a copy of you.
Okay. Can it fly?
It can fly.
Okay. So it's basically hovering in the space behind me.
Yep.
Just to be my character. Okay, perfect. Yeah, and so oh, by the gods! Oh, what foul, disgusting being could this be? And I want to immediately just try to pull up and further away. So I want to use my full movement speed to just reactively, instinctively. I don't even think about anything. I just try to move away from this as I just want to go straight up.
Cool. It's already there. You go straight up there.
Hey.
Done. Okay.
All right. I'm gonna come back to that guy later. I feel like we got to deal with this dragon, and so I'm going to cast Polymorph on the dragon. It's a wisdom,
you're out of my
wisdom
radius.
save. I'm not malazed anymore. Well, I can't say that. I do fly out of the radius. The twilight. I emerge.
Okay.
And I want to try to transform the dragon into a sheep, because why not be cliche?
Awesome.
Who wants to see me do a trick?
Okay. So polymorph on the dragon.
On the dragon.
I believe that is a wisdom save.
Wisdom save.
Okay. You would think that I would not be rolling natural 20s anymore. But I am, I'm sorry. That's my fourth one. That's my fourth one tonight.
I'm gonna use
So when you cast the spell, just whatever entity of these shadows, you like as it kind of flaps, you turn one of the shadows that it is kind of like flapped. That's what your spell manages to take onto, and the shadow turns into a sheep as it is kind of like flying off it. Yeah.
Okay. Then fuck me. Okay. That's all I'm gonna do then. Yep. Okay, that's it.
Okay. So, the shadow. It is going to descend upon Lady Ellerid from behind. Almost guided by this shadowy draconic's will. Making an attack. Oh. 21 to hit.
May I ask what kind of attack it is for the benefits of my reactions?
It is a melee attack.
Straight out melee attack?
Straight up melee attack.
In that case, shield.
Vroom. Yeah. So as you cast it, this kind of like shadowy, like its claw is coming down to reach into, to try and like, into your back. You turn around and as you see it descend, you're like, oh no 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 no! Vroom.
Oh.
And its hand
And my shield
kind of
is bright
stops.
light.
And it cowers actually with that bright light. Yeah, like it's almost like these shadows kind of like are pulled away from it slightly, revealing what is underneath is this kind of like odd looking alien face, like bland. And then as your shield's light dies down, it's almost like the cloak of shadows that ensorcels it kind of comes back to shadowy robe. Okay. That is its go. Ellerid, you're up next.
I believe that the super wise dragon put itself within touching distance of me. Oh. Did it?
Touch me.
Well, Mr. Superwise Dragon, do I still have advantage from my guiding bolt, or did someone take it?
You have advantage, yeah.
I don't actually think I need advantage. Oh, no, I do. Okay.
Zook, you didn't use the advantage, did you?
No.
Yeah.
Fifth
So I'll let it. Fifth level.
Fifth level, advantage, inflict wounds on the big dragon. Yeah, guys, come on, root for me now. I need this. This 1/5 level, baby. Come on. Natural 20!
What the hell?
It's not just the DM that rolls those.
If there was ever a time that you wanted your 20 to come out, it was just then. A 31 to hit. Wow.
Going crazy around me right now. I'm like a disco dancer. Shall we see what damage that does with my... Oh, D10.
Did she just say
20
14
DM?
D10?
Oh yeah. Our DM is not the only one who can roll a natural 20. Oh, it looks beautiful on my screen.
It's
yeah.
calculating.
Oh.
Calculating.
There's some zeros.
Oh!
Oh my god.
5.
Okay. So 85 damage.
That's what it looks like.
As you... The necrotic
Can I
energy...
describe what my spell looks like?
Yeah, by all means.
Okay, so I've literally just been, like, got from behind, and I've shot round, and shield of light has come out. And in the same movement, I've gone round in a circle, almost like I've got some dope ninja monk skills going on. And I've just gone, no! And I've pushed my palm onto the closest bit of the big dragon and put all of the energy that I've got from my feelings, my emotions over seeing Vigesh's, all this, his goodness and joy being sucked from him, and how angry that it's made me because he's my friend. And I pushed it all back into the dragon.
And even though the necrotic energy doesn't take as well as that you think that it should, such a massive damage still rips apart part of its flesh. This its sheer necrotic power behind it. Yeah.
Damn straight. Okay. So, question. Do I roll at No, that's not true. My archer bonus action, which is set up from my previous round, it's a ranged attack, but because it's magical, is it actually a ranged attack, or can I? No, it does say ranged spell attack, so I can't do that, can I?
You can make it, but it will be at disadvantage.
Okay. So that would mean that a regular crossbow would be at disadvantage too?
Yes.
Okay. Then I'm gonna lean back
but
and make a Go on?
But bear in mind your crossbow, your normal crossbow is an action, and you used your inflict wounds as an action.
Yes, that's true. Okay, so I'm keeping my poisoned crossbow ready for when I can use it. And I'm gonna hit it with my stars. I don't know if it's gonna hit. It's only a little baby one. 15. Oh wait, disadvantage. No, that one's higher. 15.
15 misses, I'm afraid.
That's okay.
It shoots, but it glances off its chitinous plating that's on its chest.
Okay.
And it's the end of your turn. You get to give yourself temporary hit points.
Yeah, I'm not malaised, am I? So?
You are not, no.
So I will do so. Thank you. And I don't think I'll move, because that will provoke 2 opportunity attacks on me right now, and I get a feeling they're pretty pissed at me.
The big dragon is certainly. Okay. Zook, you're up next, and then it's top of the round.
Okie dokie. So me and the other hologram Zooks, out of the back of the armor, a green flare fires up and flies over to the green dragon and stops, and it turns into this little green kind of insect-looking device that just hovers over the green dragon and says, "Please state the nature of the medical emergency," and then does healing word on the green dragon as a bonus action.
Yeah, okay. It needs
it was looking pretty ill, so I'm kind of, let me do that.
Oh.
So it's not much. It will get 4 hit points healed by healing word.
Yay.
I'm then going to shuffle. We're just going to shuffle around the edge of the big dragon to a directly opposite Lady Elrid, in some kind of flanking position, perhaps. At which point, we're going to give it the old 1-2.
Nice.
So we're going to punch it with this fist. Does a 23 hit?
A 23 definitely hits.
And it's going to be taking a grand total of 5 points of thunder damage, but it will be at disadvantage on its next attack roll because of how irritating my armor is. We're then going to use our extra attack to punch it with the other fist. Does an 18 hit?
18 hits.
Yes.
At which point it will take 7 points of thundering damage and be at disadvantage on its next attack because of how annoying my armor is.
Good stuff.
It's not much, but I'm here to distract it and do what I can.
At the end of your turn, do you need your? Do you have any temporary hit points?
I still have all of the hit points you gave me earlier. It's not hit me
Perfect.
once, or any of the other. It's hit one of me, and I disappeared because it wasn't the real me. There's 2 more of me, giving it disadvantage on things.
Good stuff.
I'm very overexcited right now. I'm having so much fun.
Okay. And so that was your bonus action?
My bonus action was the healing word, and then
Yep.
my action was to punch it, and then I get a second attack, so it was to punch it a second time.
Good stuff.
Loving it.
So, top of the round, the dragon goes. I would like everyone to make a charisma saving throw for me, please.
I've realised that I have advantage against being charmed and magical effects because I'm a beautiful
Of course you do.
elven creature.
Yes, you get advantage on the save.
So I will take it this time.
Is it breathing on us, or is it just because we're in its presence?
Just because you're in its presence.
Ugh.
Miasma of misery.
Bringing the mood down, emo dragon.
Oh,
You are currently inside its aura of woe, and you are experiencing its miasma of misery.
Oh, it is the emo dragon, isn't it?
It's so gloomy.
so Ellerid was so happy that with advantage, she only managed to roll a 5.
Mm. It's those 5s on those saving throws over and over again with Ellerid, isn't it?
When I go up really high, then you get down really low. She's
Okay.
having a come down right now.
I'd like to point out I'm using the power of nerdiness and annoyingness to get a 16 on that save.
16 is a success.
Annoying Gnoblin for the win.
Vagesh, what did you get? Sorry.
23.
23 is a success. Yeah.
He is our most charismatic.
Fool me once, shame on you. I'm feeling feisty.
Okay. So, it's not going to use its Eyes of Sorrow because it wants to try and get another shadow out of Elrid. So, it's going to make one of its claw attacks at Zook
Ooh, it's a disadvantage.
with disadvantage.
And there's many of me.
23 though on a disadvantage.
Okay, let's see if it actually hits the real Zook. Oh no, it hits the real Zook.
It's the real Zook. Take
I got the 3.
13 slashing damage.
I have an owie.
Okay.
It's just an owie. It's not even, barely even a boo-boo. But there go those temporary hit points.
So it is then going to try again, seeing as though it managed to hit the right Zook. It's going to go for its other claws. I don't... No, even with advantage, I don't believe it hit with a 20. I rolled 2 by accident because I thought it was at disadvantage, but both of them, it was a 5 and a 14 that I rolled.
It does not hit me with a 20.
Vroom. So its claw comes over as it kind of like banks, and it smashes into the ground and actually goes about 6-7 inches, like deep under, like into the earth as it misses.
We float like a sky yacht. We sting like an automated stinging device.
And let's let's go in for its final bite attack. So on Zook, that is a 19.
And again, this is not the Zook you're looking for, and you don't hit this Zook. Or any of the illusionary Zooks either. It's just not going to be Zook's day. Or it really is.
Okay, Vagesh, you're up.
Brilliant.
Just so that you know, it's Vagesh, then the shadow that's behind Ellerid, and then Ellerid, you're up.
Yeah, I'm getting. So obviously I've been very inspired, I would say, by Lady Elrid's sudden display of ferocity. Thank goodness I didn't have to focus on concentrating on any spells right now, because I feel like that definitely would have broke my concentration. But I just looked down and fight the good fight, Mistress Elf. Let's defeat this creature. And sorry, I gotta go back to this other tab. Yeah, I've been thinking about what I can do that's gonna be compared to that. I'm like, I don't know that I'm. I think that was probably the biggest move of the encounter, but not to be outdone. Set myself up not for goodness. Yeah. All I can do is, God damn, everybody's so close to the dragon. Can I get a top-down view really quick? Yeah.
Look at that. A top-down view really quick. Thank you, DM.
That is awesome. That looks awesome. I love your Twilight Zone around yourself.
Yeah.
The Familiar's got its own platform up there.
Oh yeah, fuck. I just want to say, can I? Okay. So Fireball's got a 20-foot radius. But if I target the dragon's head, like I'm thinking like air burst, right? Like I want to target to where I hit the dragon, but I want to, trying to see if I have the room to do that. If I hit the dragon on his head, I'm pretty sure that's going to cover. Everybody's going to get hit with that.
I think Fireball is it's even bigger. It's like a 35-foot radius. But yes, you can target this massive fireball thing to just grab its head, and not anyone else's.
Okay. I was saying 20-foot radius, centered on that point.
Cool.
Awesome.
Okay.
And that is a dex save, I do believe.
There's a dex save. So I'm going to use my Staff of Power. So, looking over the battlefield, seeing everybody, taking big hits, dealing out big hits. I'm going to take the staff, and I'm going to look down at it, whisper an incantation, and twist my grip on the staff in such a way, and then point down at the dragon, and you guys hear that iconic kind of ripping sound as fire just erupts from the end of it and launches out. Just like a stream of it shoots out towards the dragon. Maybe I'll hit it, maybe I won't. It's a 15 dex save.
Oh no, he's doing his sloppy sorcerer routine.
It gets +1 on its dex saves, and I rolled a 13, making it a 14. So
That's
yes.
right, baby. That's right, baby. Feel the burn! I call out as I let loose the fireball. And that'll be... Hold on, sorry.
Saves for the rest of us as well.
Let's see. 10d6 for 32 points.
Wow.
And I'm going to keep it fire damage this time. As the fireball explodes on the dragon, again, I wanted to target his face, but in such a way. And I would like to try to taunt him. I know I don't have access to vicious mockery. I'm not multi-class, but I'm purposely trying to pull his attention away from my compatriots on the ground there. Yeah.
So this fireball that erupts kind of almost comes up to your face as well, and you're like, you can just feel like it's within meters of you, and you're like staring at it, and you can see its head caught in it, and it's writhing, and as its eyes open, it's almost like it's got green fire coming out of its mouth as it's in agony, and its jaws are open, screaming. The two tops of the chimney stacks, well, actually no, the one over here doesn't seem to be affected by the singed, but this chimney stack blows off in the explosion, flies across the field, and the rest of you can feel the heat looking up at this inferno above you. Okay, would you like to...
And I want to say, come and taste some more, and I'm going to use the rest of my movement speed to move another 30 feet up.
You fool, come at me, bro, while backing away.
Okay.
Off the charts.
Vergesh disappears from the battle.
Okay.
Stay
The
safe,
last
my
thing
friend.
we saw was Vergesh taunting the dragon, and he was never seen again.
So, the shadow. So with that, he takes damage. The dragon gets to use its reaction, Tears of Darkness, to summon a shadow, another shadow, in base contact with Ellerid. Let me just grab.
Can I cast Counterspell?
Unfortunately, it's not a spell.
Oh, you motherfucking kidding me.
Yeah.
Thank you for the thought.
I was like, man, I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like what I see happening down there. I mean, the fireballs are great, but I don't like the rest of it.
Okay. So.
So, bitch.
Ellerid. There are two shadows behind you and a dragon in front of you.
Yeah, there are.
So the first one gets to react. So it is going to make a strength drain melee attack upon you with advantage because of its position with the Gloom Dragon.
Oh, I fucked up.
Sorry, I used all my annoying noises up on myself.
Yeah, fuck, Lady Elrid. I'm so sorry.
20.
What type of damage is it, please?
This is going to be necrotic damage.
And this is just the two shadow ones, right? Not the Gloom Dragon.
Yeah, this is just one of the shadows behind you. Then you're going to get to go next.
Yep. So what I'm gonna do then is because I feel like I've literally got something just prepared that I'm absolutely desperate to do. I'm gonna say, not now! Shine light directly behind me and cast shield to get rid of it.
Cool. Yep. So again, this for the second time, this thing coming in to try and swipe you from behind is blocked by your energy barrier of light from behind.
I'm busy!
Ellerid, it's your go. What would you like to do?
So I saw the necrotic damage didn't do what I wanted it to do, and I thought, Ellerid, you know better! Okay, so I've learned a little something in the last week about ranges, and if something has a range or area of 5 foot, then if I cast it on myself, everything in melee with me will be affected, correct?
Yeah, it's all very much within 5 feet of you, definitely.
Oh yeah. Okay. In that case, I am gonna try and cast 4th level Moonbeam. If it goes off, I will describe it. It's a con save 19.
So with that, and Vagesh, you kind of have to, like, you look up, and the clouds part slightly, and this shining light comes streaming down, and you actually have to kind of, like, you are literally just in front of you, like, this column hitting all of them, and just shining on Ellerid, like she's just kind of bathed in this moonlight of this column ascending to the heavens.
Too bright.
Too bright for me.
Applying filters.
I guess I should do this for this. Okay. And I believe.
Oh yeah.
Is it a dexterity save?
Con 19.
Con 19. Thanks very much. Okay.
And it stays up.
The Gloom
That's what
Dragon.
he said.
Out of the gutter. Out of the gutter, Ellerid.
No, in the gutter. It's where we agreed.
It's where we
true.
began.
The Gloom Dragon gets a 6.
Huh.
Fails
My
its
lucky
con
number.
save. The first of the shadows. That gets a 4. The second of the shadows gets a 5. They all fail.
Ah, you little gremlins. Okay. Let's roll some damage on this baby. Come on. Okay, so 20 radiant damage on all of them.
Do you want to describe the demise of all 3 put together?
I
Nice.
do! Really? How do I do this?
Come a bit closer to the mic, just so that you don't cut out. Describe its demise. Oh, you wanna have a how do you wanna do this? How do you wanna do
Retreat.
this? There you go.
Okay,
Thanks, Matt.
so I've just last turn, like a second ago, I've just gone, not now! One of these shadow creatures out of the way with my light, and then I've just gone and summoned all moonlight, the bright white moonlight out of the sky, and then clenched my fists and gone completely outwards, and the radiant light has hopefully just
And
fallen
with
them over.
the 2 shadows behind are just ripped and disintegrated with the light from your spell, and the Gloom Dragon, as it kind of looks up, like just battered from a fireball, lightning damage, being hit from behind. Ellerid, your necrotic damage punch from before.
Radiant.
From
Oh,
before.
necrotic, yeah.
And with all of this, it looks up at the heavens opening and this beam coming down, and the beam actually disintegrates like its flesh off the skull of its face and its wings, and it seems like it's burst into this kind of shadow fire and then just most of its body drops, but it's missing. Like its head is now skeletal, as is
Hips on the figurehead.
as is the top of its kind of chest, and its wings have no skin to it, and it is down.
Who said clerics are just for healing?
Nobody here in this group. As I appear to be the combat artificer for standing in the melee. You are obviously the damage-dealing cleric, and we have Mr. Utility Dragon doing all the taunting like a bard could, if a bard only could, as well as beautiful, beautiful Vagesh could. Ooh, so many parts. However, the green dragon was looking a little bit.
We should run over
worse
to
for
the
wear.
green dragon. Let's go first.
Yeah, I'm gonna fly over. While they're doing that, I'm gonna descend down towards the magical house, because I'm very curious as to why the fireball did not damage that house. But I mean, I'm taking in the scene before me: the downed dragon, the defeated enemies. You know, I evaluate the battlefield. I was a little blown away too by the magical. You know, she blasted that radiant energy out. I had to react quick to get out of the blast zone. So I'm, spectre wings full bore, kind of get back. Is that? And then I'm kind of like, well, okay, calm down. We have defeated the enemy, Mistress Elf. Good job. I don't know what else to say. Remind me to stay on your good side.
Yeah. Mental note: do not annoy Miss Ellered.
As I'm running with Zook, I'm gonna turn around and see Vagesh heading to the house and go, "Ah! The house with the magic!" and swerve and follow Vagesh. I want to aid him in his investigation.
Okay.
Dying dragon, dead dragon, dying dragon.
So
Parts and then more parts soon if we don't do something. But
shall
Vagesh, come with us first, Vagesh, as a team.
can we pause for a minute, please, everybody?
that was what I was going to say. Let's take our little break there. It seems like a great time.
Oh, yeah. Juicy. I feel moist.
Well, that's what that combat encounter will do to you. So you guys, you have a dead dragon in front of you. The other dragon is kind of like is cowering at the back,
Yeah, it's probably terrified of us.
and it's looking straight at you, and it's also kind of like shaking a little bit. Ellerid, with your passive perception, you can see as well that from its paws, it's kind of emanating this like a shadowy kind of like steam coming off it. It seems like this shadow is like evaporating, but it's still there, like shaking.
Okay, I want to go and help it. Yeah, if it's looking that rough, I want to go and do something about it. Definitely.
I'm leaning up against that house because I am not. Mr. Self, you might tend to this one on your own.
Okay.
I need to catch my breath, and I'm
I
definitely.
understand.
Whew, that dragon. That took a lot out of me.
Okay, so I'm gonna approach the green dragon. Are you coming, Zook, as well?
Mm-hmm. I'll stomp along, kind of. I'm not very light-footed in this armor, so it's a bit sort of like.
And as
Not quite. It's a little bit more. Have you seen Return to Oz?
Mm-hmm.
And the wind-up kind of the clockwork guy.
Yeah.
That kind of very kind of a little bit rocks backwards and forwards as it stomps along. It's not the most graceful suit of armor. It's not the
Rickety and
most,
clickety and clack. Yeah.
little bit, yeah. It's that kind of vibe going to it. It
Yeah.
follows the most graceful creature to ever sort of be in anyone's presence. It sort of glides along in twilight and shadows, and then it's just like ding 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 ding.
Brilliant visuals. I love that. Okay, so
as you approach, like the dragon's tail wraps around the egg and kind of like lifts it so very gently, and kind of it skitters back and goes, "Stop! Creatures, people, I thought you had all gone."
What? You mean since the big magic boom happened?
It's still kind of like skittery, like looking at you, almost kind of squinting.
Are you okay?
And
Let us you.
and its wings also are torn, and you can see claw marks. Like,
I'm gonna cast a non-consensual spell on it.
Oh, wait. Oh.
In the hope that my non-consensual spell will feel the warmth from us, and that will get across something that language cannot, if that makes sense. So I'll cast a second level healing word for now, and then we'll see how much that does. And I'll go into starry form chalice as well, because I've still got my starry form on. So at first it will receive the 9, and then when I do the chalice, then it will receive an extra. Oh, I've got so many different things. I believe it's 1d8 plus 5, but I don't want to cheat, so I'm checking. Yeah, so I'm going to roll a d8 for this. Is that a d8? No. 1d8. Sorry for holding everyone up. So that's 9 and another 13 on top of it. No, 12, I can't count.
okay,
9 and 12.
it's a good amount of healing.
What kind of change comes in?
So you can see that the leaves that are kind of coming out from between its chitinous plating, the leaves kind of like bloom more, and as you cast it, a couple of flowers open too, and what you can see as well that you didn't necessarily notice from afar as you get closer, there was a gash on its neck that kind of closes and just kind of like doesn't completely heal over, but this wound kind of knits, and you can just see the like a sliver of kind of like blood mottle its wound, and the colour kind of seems to come to it a little bit more too, and as well with that healing, it's almost like for a second vents open up, and the rest of its shadowy essence that was in it like evaporates into the air above.
Would I be able to tell with my proficiencies if it had any conditions or diseases affecting it?
Make a medicine check for me, please.
Okay, Moonweaver, please help me. You have done so well so far today. Oh. So that's a 9.
It's pretty hard to tell. But what you can tell, even with a 9, is that it stopped shivering. And it's still keeping its head very low towards you all. Not aggressively, not passively, just very warily.
Can I cast Druidcraft on the floor in front of us that we're gently and not gently walking along to imitate you said it was growing from itself, kind of leaves and flowers, could I imitate those on the ground in front of us as another kind of unspoken gesture of peace?
Mm.
I'm going to sit down with a clang. Just like clang down as well.
So Ellerid, you're about maybe say 10 foot away. Is that? And as you kind of like as you approach to 10 feet with this carpet of flowers slowly kind of like springing up in your steps from its low stance, it kind of like gets up and like rears and stretches its neck and stretches its arms all the way down and shakes its head and looks at you and goes, "Oh, an elf. Interesting. I do very much appreciate." Looks over to the dragon and goes, that one was a soul taker. So very gloomy. So very gloomy. I will say this though. Its brothers will be very, very upset that it is dead. And there's not much.
With wide eyes.
Not much that I can do. There were 3 of them. Maybe you could help me hide it so that they don't think that it's my fault.
Well, I was going to say, if it wouldn't be disrespectful, the parts that are left have a good resale value in certain markets and can be useful for magical augmentation of certain things. And if you wouldn't mind allowing us to take it away in my ship?
Oh, please!
You're right.
Please do!
Move fast. What was I thinking? Shall we get everything into one of the houses? Hide everything while we work. Okay. The magic house where Vagesh is. Shall we take everything over there?
Oh. And it kind of like looks back at the egg. Looks up at you guys. Looks at the dead dragon. Yeah, maybe. I don't think that's enough. It will know. They will know. Damn.
Gonna know.
Oh,
Do you need a lift anywhere? We could take you.
No, I maybe not for me. And it looks back at the egg.
Did you need your egg delivering somewhere?
It doesn't seem to be hatching here. This is blasted place. I can't. It's not mine. I was just looking after it because it was so beautiful.
perhaps just for now we can make you invisible? And then we can deal with what we need to deal with. And nothing would see you? Would that be okay with you?
I don't think that they're going to come around anytime soon, but I think they can sense these things, these gloom dragons. They're kind of cousins to us. We came through some 4 years ago after all of this apparently happened. There was quite a few of us. And a story to be sure, but a conglomeration from where we came from, and We said that we would all stick to our areas so that we could all take the nourishments that we need. Minus this green, this beautiful place behind. And he kind of like points, and it is not that beautiful. It is this kind of, but it is the most amount of kind of trees and greenage and like dead trees that you've actually seen in kind of coming all of your way here. And he goes, "This is my place. This is all I have. This is the most beautiful place that I could find around. And these glooms, they head to places of sorrow, and then they feast off the very sorrow of the history of a place. You would think that they would have their fill round here."
Let me help you now, just for expediency, and we can talk further. May I cast Leomund's tiny safe hut over the dragon and the egg? Would it fit?
It would. You have to stay within the hut, and it takes 10 minutes.
I do have to stay within the hut, you're right.
If you'd like, I can go and start disposing of the thing that needs removing while you do this. And do you want me to send Vagesh over to help you?
Well, Vagesh is interested in the magic house, I think, so I can stay here and keep these safe if you wish to deal with that. Unless
Okay.
any more magics from me.
So guys, what are you currently doing? Just Zook, you had an idea.
The dragon is the dragon like it's not gonna move, basically. It's not gonna go in a hut and just get out of any sight.
No, it doesn't seem like it's about to take off.
No, I mean, because I asked it to move somewhere safe in character.
Oh,
Was it like an outright, no, I'm like staying where I am? Or was it more,
No.
was it more like, I don't quite know what you're talking about.
it was more of I'm not quite sure what's going on as a DM rather than you as your players. So
Okay,
with
so I'd like
that-
to re-ask it if it would please take some cover in one of the empty houses.
So there's underneath the cover of the lumber mill. It's kind of like open, and it gently wraps up the egg in its tail, and it lifts it up and kind of like moves, and then in the open beams, it slips inside. Yeah. Let me just do this. And we can have a little close-up shot of it, and it's like little lumber mill, because I really want to do that for some reason.
Didn't we just want to make sure it's safe before we
I love
do
that
our
lumber mill.
other stuff?
It looks great.
That's cool.
And it's
Wow. Oh my god, there's notice board!
Yeah, it's a safety board. We got all the safety bulletins up.
Look at that!
How many days we got to change the incident count down to 0?
Brilliant.
However, does it count because we didn't have the incident in the lumber mill, just next to the lumber mill?
Oh yeah, in adjacent at all. We fucked the record on this one.
Jason.
I don't know. And we'd have to worry about elfin safety then.
Yeah,
Safety.
health and safety.
I like it.
okay, guys.
Okay, so it's agreed. Okay, so back in character. Would you mind waiting here a short time while we make this place safer?
No, please, by all means.
Thank you. We'll come back and speak to you when we're finished.
And it kind of curls up
Oh, that's
with the egg kind of like in the middle of it as it's kind of made this curl.
I'll
Okay.
turn to Luke and say, okay, I'm following you.
Okie dokie then. We'll traipse over back to where Vagesh is by the magic house.
Yep. Cool. You are outside this magic house, you guys.
Okay, so how are we feeling about safety? Are we gonna just open the door?
Quick question. Vagesh, you're looking a little bit like you've been through the ringer. Ellerid?
Yes, I'm so sorry. I was so concerned about that dragon. Oh, my nature has taken over. I'm so sorry. My poor
Need
friend.
not concern yourself with these mortal wounds. They are the scars of a battle well fought.
Vagesh, please let me heal you. And I'll cure wounds level 1.
I'd hate to dispense your energies.
It's fine.
It's but a flesh wound.
I still have chalice up because it's for 10 minutes that I get it, so I've got a good 9 minutes left on it or so. So that
I'll rub some dirt on it. Yes.
24 altogether, including chalice and cure wounds, which I managed to roll an 8 on. Yeah.
Hey.
Yes! Well done! It's
Yeah.
amazing.
Well, while she's doing that,
Got that a bit wrong, but I think it's right.
2 of the fingers on the right hand of the gauntlet flip open to reveal like a host of like small needles and bobbins of cotton, and I just sort of go in to help like stitch down any of the rips and things that are in Vagesh's outfit, and it casts mending, so they are seamless repairs. There's not a tear in any of this ridiculous patchworky kind of outfit that you're wearing. Just while you're being physically healed, we'll make sure you're satirically healed as well.
Oh my good companions, you do me quite an honor by giving me such attention. Please, I believe I can take care of the rest from here. It is greatly appreciated.
Okay.
Okie dokie.
I'm gonna give you like some bunches of good berries too. So you can take your pick. Each bunch has 10 good berries on, so you can just choose how many bunches you take off me.
Okay, I'm just gonna grab one because that would be all I would need to replenish myself to the utmost extent.
And I will pop the rest back on me and
just tasty morsel indeed. Delicious.
Ooh, that was a lot.
I am feeling very rejuvenated. Okay, now, if I'm not mistaken, the energies of this house seem to have protected it from the blast of my fiery discharge. I'd say it warrants further investigation.
Agreed.
And what of the dragon? The green one, of course, not the one in the puddle over here.
Perhaps a talk with him after we've cleaned up.
Yes. We must secure the perimeter. Chop, let's go! And then I stride off like I've been waiting for you guys the whole time. And I'm just gonna go through the door of the open house. I'm not even gonna check for traps.
Cool,
The
cool.
door.
I'm kicking it open. Ah!
Nice.
Boom! You feel that there's definitely a kind of wall of force. There's
My foot!
and the door doesn't. You go for the lock. Well, you go for the door, and afterwards, it's locked.
Oh, I almost fell over.
Oh. Okay.
It was me catching myself so I don't fall.
I saw, yeah. Dex save 21 rolled. Came up on D&D Beyond. I was like, yep, you righted yourself, definitely.
Okay. This house seems to be protected from even the sturdiest of attacks. Nothing could stand up against my boot of kicking, except a magical barrier, of course.
What do we have? Zook, do you have anything that would do for this?
Open the door.
Yeah.
Is it locked?
It's locked.
Did you try the handle or did you just kick it?
My good man, what do you take me for? And then I jiggle the handle. Is it locked?
It's locked.
Oh, of course it's locked. See for yourself.
Just checking. Have you tried knocking?
My good man. What do you take me for? I knock on the door and listen. Does anybody respond?
There is no response after you take a moment.
Let me get an investigation
Knock,
check.
knock.
23.
23. Yeah, Vagesh, can you also make an Arcana check for me as well off the back of that?
Mm.
As you succeeded in such a high investigation roll.
Awesome.
I got a 13, but I'd like to add inspiration. It's like once you have it, you're like, yeah, don't spend it. Yeah. I'm gonna take my 13.
Okay. Well, with the 13, you can definitely tell that this place is magically sealed. There's some sort of barrier that's around it. And you can feel as well with your from your detect magic, the abjuration, and you kind of like glancing around. There's a couple of runes that are lighting up with magic just to your eyes around the inside of the actual doorway that you're kind of stood in.
Does it need to be magically dispelled, Vagesh?
I believe it will take quite a substantial spell to displace the magics that protect this structure. I do not have such a spell prepared, but Lady Elf, Mistress Elf.
I believe it went so well last time. I'm definitely going to do it once more.
I mean, quick question. If we just managed to unlock the door, would that maybe act as a thing that would dispel the magic to let us in if the door wasn't locked? Because I can try unlocking the door.
Yeah, go on then.
Because I have the tools to unlock the door.
Yeah, that seems sensible.
Just
I
as
feel
a thought.
deflated. I wanted magics. Magics is the answer always, but okay.
Mind is magic of the mind now.
Zook, so you're going to try and pick the lock.
I'm going to try and pick the lock. What do I need to roll for that?
So with that, do you have? You have the tools. Do you have proficiency in your tools?
Let me check my proficiencies. Glass blowing.
I'm proficient with Tinker's tools, if that helps.
Yeah, I have Tinker's
Would
tools.
you say glass blowing?
I have I have proficiency with glass blowing tools, Tinker's tools, smithing tools. I have a lot of
tools, all the tools.
Can you make a straight dex roll for me, please?
A straight dex roll. A 19.
Ooh.
Okay. You get the lock on it. You are 100% sure that you have unlocked this door.
Alright.
Oh,
To the best of my knowledge, the door is unlocked.
Check for traps.
Is anyone going to open it?
Check for traps.
I mean, I will. I'll open the door. If it's unlocked, I'll try and open the door.
Vagesh, you said that you were gonna. You said check for tracks.
No, the door explodes. It's okay.
Well, would you, with your investigation check, would you like to investigate? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, can I take my passive?
You can take your passive. Let's say that's an automatic
17.
success. Make an Arcana check for me, please.
21.
21. All of the runes that are around are not evocational runes, suggesting that this would not be magically trapped. That you're almost certain with that 21 that this is not magically trapped. Zook, you go for the door. It doesn't open.
Stuck.
Okay, 3rd level dispel magic.
She said, "We tried it. Your win."
What happens?
Roll a d20 for me, please.
It's a big lock.
She said,
15.
With that, vroom, Vagesh, you're the one that really notices because you're in tune to the magics around it. You can see it's almost like the kind of strokes that all encapsulate each one of the runes seems like they get drifted apart, and as they all kind of drift apart, little crackles between them, and then
I'm gonna put my arms up on either both my companions and just take a step back.
Yep.
You know, as I see the magic happening, we're gonna all take a step back.
You step back, and as as this kind of like little arcane motes of energy between the glyphs are slowly pulled apart and dissipate. Vroom. It shimmers, and the magic that ensorcels this house kind of like slowly swipes away, revealing no more abjuration magic surrounding this abode. You believe that it is successfully dispelled.
A fine display of magical prowess, Mr. Self. Ladies first, I will let you do the honors, of course. Or shall I carry you across the threshold?
Oh, would you rather I went in first, Elred?
Yes, maybe Zook, you would
Zook's going to carry you across the threshold?
Zook's going to carry himself across the threshold in Zook's very heavy armor. So if something does go kaboom, splat, boom, boom, shabow, it should ricochet off rather than through.
So, so the house isn't that big. Zook, you open the door.
Open the door.
You open the door, and now that it is actually physically unlocked, as well as magically unlocked, the door pushes out. Yeah, you can open it, and the door kind of like opens. And what you see inside is quite a dusty looking abode that has seen no kemptness for what you presume to be the whole entire 4 years of Cyre's desolation. And inside there is a library study in the first foyer, and it's hard to peer around anymore, but the first wall is just full of books. Tomes, all quite thick. Yeah. Zook, you would have to maybe get out of your armor to actually go in this room.
Mm-hmm. So I'm going to back out of the room and gesture to Vergesh. Library? But before you're going to the library room, do you have Sir Alistair's sword?
I believe I do. And I reach from behind my robes, kind of way back, and I pull it out. Not really. You could tell it was like kind of not hidden, but it was on a belt, not alluding to any kind of magical Deadpool-esque pockets of holding. But you mean this?
Could I borrow it? If you want to go and investigate the library room, I need to start shifting this carcass into the cargo hold.
But of course.
It would be quite a useful thing for slicing it up effectively.
I have no particular need for it, and I give it off. I do that thing where I'm like holding it between like clawed fingers. I'm not really. Here. The pointy thing away from me.
I take the pointy thing away from you.
I definitely, as soon as the door opens up, as soon as this happened, and Duke and I have had this kind of, but as soon as the door opened up, I would like to just say that I definitely have, with the mention of books, if there was books in there, I think, would I have smelled them?
Oh.
Yes.
I feel like there was I'm getting a detectable aroma. There seems to be some tomes about. And then I snap my fingers, and out of my robe scurry a bunch of library rats.
Sure. Roll a d4.
Two.
So you get 3 keywords. What are you looking for?
3 rats.
3 rats, yeah. Each one gets a keyword.
Oh.
Can I... I just want them to find the thickest volumes, either the thickest volumes, as like a search, like just a thick book. Anything that is obviously hidden, so something that might be tucked away somewhere. I want them to search that out. And I'm wondering if I can do that instead of particular words. Can I have them find a particular type of document?
Yeah.
Like under search parameter. Okay, so anything that that would seem like it was obviously hidden, like in a wall, in a hole somewhere. Anything that is thicker than my finger, as far as a tome, and for the last one, anything that has the word spell, I guess.
Okay.
Just to
Well,
keep
with those three things, normally because they're like just kind of keywords, but I think because you're an Order of the Scribes wizard,
Yeah.
like you have access to like so much more potential with this one spell than anyone else. It's almost, I think.
Well, my rats know what I like. Okay, they know what vintage I like. All right, I'm not just your basic give me any old scroll kind of dragonborn here. Okay, I require a particular style. All right, I know what I like. It can't be less than this is my finger. It's like when you go to get a steak, you're like no. I need the marbling and stuff. But my rats know. Okay, me and my rats. They know. I mean, obviously they're my magic rats.
So
They're very educated rodents.
They're well read.
So these three rats scurry
my little
in,
friends.
and within no more than like 4 seconds, one is like going squeak, 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 meow, 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 meow. And you can see it. I mean, are you poking your head in to look? You've got the scent, but are you going into the room? Are you kind of looking in?
Yeah, Grassy goes in first, sheds some illumination as it does. I've collected Flicky. Flicky's
Oh, poor Flicky.
Flicky's back with me.
Flicky's back.
Flicky's back. And yeah, now I'm gonna just kind of I'm gonna send in Grassy first just to get a sense of any danger, and then I'm gonna do the I'm a Pink Panther slink in there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely. You are literally like a giant winged dragon Pink Panther. And so as Degrassi goes in, and kind of like spins around, and you get to kind of take in what he sees. There's maybe about like 500 books on one of these shelves, on one wall. It's just full of books. There's an armchair.
My mouth waters.
There's an armchair to the left. That's kind of like there's some cobwebs. They're not like giant cobwebs. There's just some cobwebs off it. So it's a red leather chair, and there's a table next to it. And what you notice on the chair is there's this kind of like residue of a shadow, but it's not like something that's moving or anything. It's just you think something was maybe sat there when the event happened, or someone was sat there.
I know what you're saying. Like that, like those old what were those like God, like those nuclear silhouettes. Those vapor, yeah.
That's exactly. And then, so to the left of this armchair, there's this really narrow set of wooden steps that lead up, like about 5 steps, and then kind of like veer off to the right to another room that's above. And you can tell that one of your rats is up there, kind of squeaking. And one of, like, the rat that you said, like, bring back anything thicker than a finger, is just going crazy, almost looking at you a little bit frustrated, going squeak, because it's just kind of like trying to squeak every one of these like 400 books. It's like squeak, 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 and then it stops and kind of looks up at Degrassi and goes squeak. And then spell. That as well is upstairs.
Okay. My good friends, I believe I have stumbled upon a fortune of tomes and literary treasures. Excuse me, and I just immediately, I start pulling down books and flipping through them, and my rats are still squeaking. Yes, in a moment. Oh goodness.
And in amongst all of these books, there's again like
I
details.
don't even notice the shadow. The
There's-
shadows, I see it out of the corner of my eye, but I'm like, oh, that's peculiar. Yes, books. Oh, books.
And there's history books. There's so many kind of like different encyclopedias of different types of like physics. There's or like alchemy or like
I take my
herbalism.
claw and I run it down one of the spines of the book, like gently, but just enough to make that scraping sound, like a soft scratching as I rub my finger down one of the. Oh yes.
And as just as you kind of like come and get your fill of this like scratch, the one that you sent off for with the word spell, kind of like goes squeak, like quite really loud.
I'm broken out of my trance as I feel the voluptuous vellum of the volume. I'm gonna. Oh yes. And I make my way upstairs to find this spell rat.
So as you go up the steps, the floorboards like creak like under your quite big frame going up them. This is quite a small house, but still, you get to the top and there's a bed, and then to the right of it there's an armoire but also a bench with lots of alchemical like bottles that seem kind of inert. Nothing's kind of like firing. And there's on all of the kind of glass pieces there's that fine layer of dust. The one that you asked to go look for hidden is still kind of like scurrying around, but the one with spell on this armoire is this tome that is open. And from when you get to the top of the stairs and you look over, this tome, very, very, like you see the sigils, you see the glyphs already scrawled on the paper as it's open. You know exactly what it is. This is a spell book. And it is a very beautifully crafted spell book. Looks nice, gold
what do
edges.
We have here? Oh, delectable vintage to be sure. Respecting the spell book, I'm not gonna just immediately snatch it up. I'm gonna place my hand over it, kind of close my eyes a little bit, and just hover my hand over it, and then I'm happy to break the scene to someone else as I just take a moment to just feel the energies over this book. I don't want to open it yet. I'm just.
Okay, so Zook, what are you doing with the Sunblade?
So yeah, I just figured it may be a useful thing, and if Fagesh wasn't really going to be using it while they're scurrying off into their house, I'm going to stroll back over towards the exit strategy and the corpse, or what's left of the corpse of this gloom dragon, and I'm just going to be tinkering around with this Sunblade because it's just the hilt, isn't it? And then you activate it and the blade pops out. So I'm just going to be tinkering around with it on my right forearm of the armor and just sort of seeing if I can make it so it fits into the armor and I can build it into it so it will then extend out from the back of his... So from sort of this point on the back of his wrist, the blade would then extend outwards. But with that kind of tinkering and whatnot that he's doing, it does probably change the color of the blade from this kind of golden yellow sunlight to more of a white kind of blue-edged arc welder kind of color, so that I can then sort of like, excellent, and then I can use this nice bright hot blade to cut apart the dragon corpse so I can then transport it into the exit strategy, because I really, really want the skull as a figurehead.
Make an intelligence plus your proficiency for me. Check.
Plus proficiency. Plus my proficiency. Where is that? Plus, so... 16, 20.
20. With no more than like 5 minutes, you've managed to adjust the forearm to have it kind of spring-loaded and set and grasped and like bolted in, and you're like, oh, this works, and you can like you're flipping your arm and it comes out, goes in, comes out, goes in. Okay, that's so. Ellerid, what would you like to be doing in these 5 minutes?
So, as I've been left alone in the room, I'm staring at the chair and the shadow. I'm kind of tranced out a little bit.
The chair as well. This red ornate chair, something that's so kind of Cyrish in nature. Something in your head flashes, and suddenly it's almost as though everything goes black for a second, and you're somewhere else. You're in another room, almost palace-esque, with yellow, huge drapes on such a tall ceiling, and the ceiling is so beautifully and intricately like painted with golds and blues, and like not just the architecture is so beautiful, but the actual like ceiling has this depiction of some of the old Cyrish royalty and some of the battles and some of the scenes, and there's a huge chandelier, giant, with kind of beautiful crystals, and you're sat around with about 6 other of these kind of like with chairs and like other kind of like settees, and in the middle there's cakes, and you feel this warmth, and and then this terror sets in, and you're back where you are in this room, and you're like, what was that?
I put my hand on the chair as if to say I'm sorry for the disrespect, and I just collapse into it and my head back and just sit.
Vagesh, you've taken your time. This book, what would you like to do with it?
Yeah, so I've been trying to get a sense of like the, I don't want to say the essence of the magics of the spell book. I'm hesitant to open it. I'm just very, anytime I get this close to magics, new spell books or something like this, I'm always hesitant to there's once you're past the initial contact, it's something you want to savor. You never want to rush into it, right? Once it's done, it's done. Like, you never get that burst again. Okay, and so I'm in a rush, and I'm like, just trying to this sense of the magic. I'm getting a feel of the vintage of it, right? Yes. So put my hands over it, and then after several minutes, I finally I touch it, and I just fine tone, and I feel the craft, the quality of its craftsmanship, and gingerly open it and inspect the first couple of pages.
Now, this tome, as you kind of like just go through the first couple of pages, you get a sense that there's some really, really good quality conjuration magics that's held in this tome. Also, there's some really, really detailed, highly specific transmutational spells And you're just like... The first page as well seems like it had a chapter list. And your eyes can't help but go down. You're like, oh, I know that one, I know that one, I know that one, I have that one, I have that one, I have that one. And then it settles on something. And you're like, Conjurevoli. Interesting. I'm not quite sure what that is. And it goes down, it goes down, it goes down. Ah, interesting. Flesh to stone. No, I don't think I have that one. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Otiluk's resilient sphere. I don't have that one either. But the rest are known to you. But there are 3 spells in there.
Somebody done fucked up. Yeah, so I'm sorry.
I'm so excited for you right now.
Wipe my my mouth starts watering as soon as I realize that these are new magics that I have yet to explore.
You also realize that all 3 of these spells and that there's something about this book. This book is kind of, it seems like it's as you kind of like pick it up and turn the pages, you're like, ooh, okay. You kind of sense not just the magic that's written in the inks on the page, but that the actual book itself is magic too.
So I'm gonna quickly close it up. I'm gonna bind it in some cloth from my bag. I'm gonna take care of this. I'm gonna wrap it up, and I'm gonna put it in one of those special Order of the Broken Quill pockets that we have in our cloaks, that specifically designed to hold books. It's gonna be in the special pocket there, and then I'm gonna pull out my quill, my magic quill. I'm gonna start taking very detailed notes on all the alchemical setup in the lab. I would like to call out that I have made an interesting discovery, but I will not mention the book. And then yeah, I'm gonna have fun with that later.
Okay. Good stuff. And I would say as well, because with your quill you get this actually alchemical setup was almost kind of like there's flashes of inspiration in amongst it, and you're like, yes, of course, if you put that jar up here, then this amount, and you take down such beautiful notes with your magical quill.
Fantastic. Lady Arid, Master Zook, please come and join me upstairs. I believe I have made quite an interesting discovery. It seems that the owner of this house was an alchemical genius.
Amazing. I am so excited for you right now.
Obviously, the energy I'm exuding in my voice right now. Ragesh, to speak in the third person, Ragesh is quivering at all the new information he's gaining. Oh, this is turning out to be quite an excellent endeavor, and I was worried I would walk away with little to nothing. Yes. This expedition is bearing tremendous rewards, yes.
I'm picturing him in kind of a mixture of like speaking the odd thing and then stunned silence as well. Just like, in my head, that's what I'm seeing anyway. I don't know if that's what's true.
Yes, please. Do you even just? I can't. Why is this? I'm not even speaking full sentences anymore. I'm just
word fragments.
Word fragments, notes. It's like it's a flash of paper and you put 3/4 over to this. Oh yes.
Zook, You do a fantastic job of carving up what is left of that gloom dragon. And yeah, as you, Kankaveg is kind of leans as you've kind of made trips back and forth. Well, I guess
Ship.
on the
I
first
was gonna
one,
say, is he off the safety of the ship now?
I guess he is. When you approach the ship the first time, he leans out and goes, "Ah, Zook. Is everything okay? I saw an explosion,
There was,
and then
there
the
was-
moonbeam.
there was a dragon.
A dragon.
Yeah, it was really,
What
really.
on earth?
Guy from Kankaveg's position.
It was really sad, and but not sad as in upset, sad as in filled with emotion. And it tried to make everybody else filled with emotion, and we didn't like it. And then it tried to eat Lady Elrid.
Oh, is she okay?
She's fine. She
Okay.
summoned the power of the moon
Oh.
that murderized the dragon utterly. And so now I have dragon parts. So I'm just harvesting it for parts as I've got its skull kind of over one shoulder.
Would you like some help? I could
I'd
help.
love some help, please, Kankavek. Also, I've got Sir Alistair's sword to help carve it up because he's not using it anymore.
Good. No, he is not.
So it may as well be useful. But yes, I would love your assistance helping to carve this up. Have you carved dragon before for alchemical or magical parts?
No, have slain wyverns. They're kind
fairly
of very similar, I
yeah,
hear.
I think it's similar.
Yes.
If you would like me to make any roll to have any kind of educated guess at how similar they might be.
No, I think you can, with your intelligence,
Yeah.
you know that wyverns are very similar to dragons, but just not to the core, but very, very similar.
Can I say something?
Yeah, bye.
As we've been travelling and spending time together, me and Zook have been learning about what each other can do while we do stuff. Would Zook or Kankaveg know about my proficiencies and interests in poisons and things? Because I think I would have definitely mentioned it while I was adding the poison to my arrows before I went to bed the night before and stuff. Like, it feels like the kind of thing I would talk about.
Okay.
I know Vigesh was
Yeah, last
but,
night you were definitely if you would like to have spoken about it.
But it's up to you. But
During the night, yeah.
it's not a secret thing about me at all. Like, I have a passion for poisons, so I talk about it
Something that Vagesh knows.
quite a lot. So you may know that if there are any poisonous parts there, you or Kankaveg, I'm sure, would have heard me mention that I'd be interested in
Okay, good to know. Good to
dissecting
know.
them.
We
or
need to
keeping them, or
We need
using-
to do a full inventory of what we can salvage from it, because I kind of have a feeling that most of the poisonous parts will have been in this kind of area, which got absolutely stripped down to the bone by some gigantic moonbeam somehow. So kind of like poison glands that might be like through teeth or through spit and venom might not be there, but there might be some poison in claws. We don't know till we break it down and investigate.
So-
but we'll keep it open.
Ellerid, are you kind of inspecting the dragon?
I was actually going
You're
to.
sat in the chair at the moment.
Yeah, so what I was going to do was, because Vagesh was upstairs, I was going to maybe have a look around downstairs once I'd gotten over my little moment.
So you look around downstairs. There are books. And there's not much else. Apart from the chair. And I would say you don't even need to roll an investigation check. You spend the time looking through, and I don't know if you're searching for hidden things or anything like that, but what you do get,
Definitely just looking into Cyre,
Hmm.
and anything I don't already know.
Every once in a while you stop on a book and something kind of compels you to just pull it out and look through it. And it seems, the way that I could describe it would be slowly starting to wake up. Like tiny little connections. But just oh so gradually. As you look through and put that book back and go over to another one and pull it. Even though that you're almost sure that you've never read these books before, but looking through, there's things in the books that are making these connections. Little passages. Like the way it's written in the kind of like text. It's almost like the print work is familiar as well. And some of the pictures, there's just something, it's almost like you're absorbing, or you're getting a sense of
I
Cyre.
can't help myself. I know the danger, but I can't help myself.
And so that is what you are doing. That takes some time.
Yeah.
So Zook, while you and Kankoveg are kind of ferrying parts and chopping up and hacking up the dragon, Kankoveg with a part over his shoulder and just goes, "Yeah, so I served over on the Western Pass. It was called Wyvern's Pass for quite some time, and there were so many wyverns there. In fact, almost all of Dargoon is flooded with various wyvern parts. It's yeah, I know." And he slaps it onto like kind of like lifts it over to the side of the exit structure. He goes, "I have never seen a dragon like this before."
It's most strange. I don't know if it's because of where we are or because of where it's from or something, but I it's not a familiar thing, but it may be. It's dead, so it's obviously, you know, not going to tell us anything without investigating it itself, and there may be people that may have better knowledge of that elsewhere, so it thought it would be worth harvesting, and maybe if it will help pay for some improvements to the exit strategy and our general equipment, so be it.
Sounds
Especially
good.
if there's a buyer's market for rare and unique, if in sort of like a Wyvern invaried place.
I think I agree. And I think on that note, I think that's where we can end our session.
Ooh.
On just a very nice, open, you have gathered some things.
Friends, might I suggest we break here for a short rest? This battle, it has drained me of some of my magical reserve. I require just a short reprieve, if you don't mind.
Steak and coffee?
Yes, now we're back together on the boat. I may actually be able to talk to this dragon tomorrow if you want me to. It's a bit of a strange thing to do, I understand, but...
Ellerid, as you
yeah.
kind of as you get up to leave after you've taken in what you've taken in, you decide, okay, so outside is, just you want to get outside for a little bit. As you walk out of the doorway, the dragon that was underneath the lumber mill, its head kind of turns, like is kind of in the doorway now. Its neck kind of like sticking in. You turn around and it goes, "I need you to do me a favour."
Of course. We weren't leaving without speaking to you.
Its neck kind of comes, like retracts from out of the doorway.
I'll follow it and come out with it.
And its wings, it kind of like puts one behind itself, puts the other behind it. You all seem of such good heart. Zook, you've come over now after kind of like hacking. This is on one of your return journeys from the exit strategy. Vagesh, I guess maybe you as well have finally left the building after taking all of your notes and taking your time. And hearing Ellerid and the dragon downstairs, do you leave and go with her?
No, I think I try to. I'm very caught up in the library downstairs. I would like to spend some time researching. I would actually. I know we're trying to wrap it up, but I would, with my researcher feat from my background, I'm specifically looking for anything that has to do with the second transport circle, anything that has to do with the Darkstone. And I would like to specifically spend some time either trying to find that. I can link it to.
Okay. So with that,
there were more books too, weren't there?
there was a lot of books downstairs.
No, where Vagesh was.
Yeah, some more upstairs too.
The rats.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, haven't finished with them.
So this dragon, kind of 1, 2, and then it presents this kind of like iridescent egg with its tail. And it looks to you all and goes, "Could you look after this for me, please? I think it is this place. And I am not going to leave here, but this egg should very much leave. It may have a chance." And Ellerid, as you're kind of like closer to it, inside the egg, seems like there's a fire inside it. And this kind of like rippling light inside.
My friend, I know you said you know not everything, but please could you tell me anything you know about the egg, even the smallest detail?
I found it. I found it while flying around in the Glass Plateau when I first came here. I think maybe quite soon after all of this had happened, and there was a volcano, like a lava kind of pit, and there was this egg, and it was just kind of nestled. I flew around once, twice, and then I came back to it a couple of weeks later. No sign of anyone looking after it, and it's so beautiful. And the fire inside it is still burning so brightly. I thought I couldn't just leave it.
Am I receiving... Sorry.
That's what I think that one was so desperately after, was to take it away from me, because it would cause me such pain, but not because I would be apart from it, but just because I want to see it safe. And I don't think it's going to hatch in this land. It needs to be taken, or something needs to be done to it, I'm sure. But I cannot. It's been nearly 4 years that I've looked after and tried to hatch this thing, and could you take it? You seem of all good heart, like I said, and you're the first people that I've seen here. And kind of turns and looks and goes, an old Ripbeak there and his brothers. They'll come after me. This clean up I appreciate, and it will give me a little bit of a time to get away, but I couldn't travel and hide from them with this egg. I couldn't do both, so... Will you take this egg?
Yeah. Sorry, I keep interrupting you because I think you've stopped. Have you stopped? Could I use Druidcraft to have some grass and some vines around my hands, as I've seen this green dragon safely handling it with its tail and with the same sort of magic? And could I place my hand on the egg and use a combination of my medicine and my nature knowledge, because I've got a visual of this fire, but I want to know if it's a connection to nature or more of a kind of hellish kind of fire. Do you know what I mean? Like I know
exactly what you mean. Yep.
Yeah.
Make a nature check for me then, please.
Okay. Oh. Come on. 27.
Right. With 27, you know categorically, now that you hold it in your hands, that what you hold in your hands is a tiny baby phoenix egg. And we shall end our recording just there.